Hello folks, this is Scott with Dallas Paint Correction and Auto Detailing. The title of this video is going to be the best spray bottle I have found for putting my spray waxes that I buy by the gallon as a professional. Maybe some of you car enthusiasts are buying it the same way, like McGuire synthetic spray wax by the gallon. Now typically when it comes to spray heads, this happens to be Griot Speed Shine. I actually like their sprayers. It seems to be an appropriate amount of spray on the panel, not too much, not too little. But it also depends how you squeeze this thing. You kind of have to manipulate it a little bit. Sometimes you could put too much product on the surface, and that is absolutely crucial when it comes to a spray wax, and I'll explain why. Many of you guys know I like the Bona bottle. These Bona bottles are great. I like it for interior cleaning. I like the self-priming head. This is very much like the Sonex bottle. Very easy to open, fill up your product. I use it with Super Clean. I use it with interior detail sprays that I'm buying by the gallon, or if I got a diluted product, I like these spray bottles for interior cleaning inside a car. Some of us on the professional level might be just buying a traditional 32-ounce bottle with these very typical sprayers on them. I know the chemical resistant ones are gray. We like to buy them, or they're gold, whatever the case may be. These here, when you get that little misting setting that you like, I find myself, especially when I'm using a spray wax, I find myself sometimes wanting to manipulate the bottle as I spray it, like I'm trying to toss the product across the panel because it feels like it's too much spray. And what will happen after using this bottle with a spray wax, I feel like I've got too much product on the surface. You know, I'm kind of massaging it for too long and kind of waiting for it to flash, and then I got to flip over to my dry side of the microfiber and buff it out. I want to show you a bottle that I found about 3 months ago, and when it comes to applying a spray wax, this is it. This is the sweet spot. This is a 360 mister. This is very popular. Look, it's got a little pink top on it. You don't have to get the pink one. You can get them with red, black tops on them or whatever. But what's so unique about this bottle, it's just a mister. There is no other setting for applying the product on the panel. And when you're applying a spray wax, this is very important. You want a misting on the panel. You don't want too much of the product where you're fighting it for too long. You want to get just the right amount of product that you're effective and efficient. Folks, this thing is great. Once it's primed, it's always primed. It's self-priming. And again, it only mists. You can spray it upside down. You can spray it on its side, horizontal, however you want to do it, and it will not leak. And it won't leak out of the little nozzle, the little tip. The other thing is, to be able to fill this, you just got to turn it a lot like the Bona bottle. It's just a turn and pull off, and you got a cartridge on the end of the spray nozzle, and you put this in here, and all you're going to do is push down and lock. That's it. It will not leak. It won't do anything, and it's ready to go. I want to show you this thing in action because I love it. If you can get crazy about a spray bottle, I'm crazy for this when it comes to spray waxes. I'm actually saving myself and using less product versus those other bottles. I'll show you how this works. One little squeeze, maybe 3 squeezes for that whole panel, and what I have is a very light misting of the spray wax, not too much of it. It's not running off the panel. I didn't squeeze the trigger too hard with those and get too much product on the surface. I am literally going to go in and lightly massage that McGuire synthetic spray wax on the surface of the panel, and then flip over my microfiber and buff to absolute perfection. You will know if you have too much product on the surface, if on your initial wipe down it stays streaky for too long and you're like, oh my God, is this stuff ever going to go away? And if you flip your microfiber over to buff the product out and you're still seeing streaks, you've used too much product, especially with the spray wax. Those bottles can do that to you. This bottle, this 360 mister, only holds 10 ounces. Don't panic. It's so effective, so efficient. I can get 4 or 5 cars out of this bottle. I actually find myself using more product with those standard 32-ounce bottles and sprayers when it comes to spray waxes, so I'm saving money. This thing can be bought at just about at any beauty salon store. Very popular with women in salons. They like to mist a product on their hair. This is a perfect mister, the same misting every time you squeeze the trigger. It's always consistent. The right amount of misting of a spray wax, or if you want to use it with a glass cleaner and spray it on the window, it's great. It won't run down the glass. If you want to use it as a final inspection wipe down with a detail spray, it's amazing. I paid $8.99 for it. That may sound a little high for a little bottle that only holds 10 ounces, but guess what? It's actually saving me money and making the user experience of applying a spray wax to the car much more user-friendly, much more effective. I am wasting less product. So for $8.99, this bottle I've had for almost 4 months, it never stops working. It's always primed, and it seems to be absolutely adequate as a mister for a spray wax. I love it. I can't imagine using any other bottle when it comes to, and I know it sounds crazy, right? What are you talking about, Scott? Is it really that big of a deal? Well, if I'm saving product and I'm saving money, and my first initial wipe down and my buffing is easier for me because I'm always laying the right amount of product every time, this is a winner in my world, even if it's $8.99. You can find them at beauty salon stores. I think it's called the 360 Mister, or you can find them online, maybe at Amazon or a beauty salon store by your house. You might be able to pick these up. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.